All right, so my name's Chad Evans.
And I'm Brent Miller.
I wrote and co-directed this film, and Brent, he co-directed and dopped in it,
Yes, I was the DOP,
or director of photography. All right,
or DP.
yes, dip, if you will. So,
That's us.
yeah, I'm Handheld Films, by the way.
I'm 10 foot.
And Transcompton's films, a Transcompton film, if you will. Yes. These all the characters in this movie were based on me and Ryan driving around at night with nothing to do and making up funny voices.
And there was actually a full script of Trey Valiant written previously.
Yes, it was the original Trey Valiant script was horrible.
I remember that was the one with talking stuffed animals. Is
Yeah,
that correct?
there's
Yes.
talking stuffed animals.
Which was interesting. Brent Cross-Dissolve Miller.
You'll understand why. I will point every one of them out to you. Yeah. All the music's original too, which is nice. Not that all movies don't have original music.
I always thought I'd do a shower scene. I never thought I'd be the one in it.
And I never thought I'd be the one filming it. This is my trusty shower.
This whole first scene was sort of done after most of the rest of the
After
film.
everything.
Yeah.
Wasn't this like the last thing we shot?
Yeah. and-
Because we needed a beginning.
Yeah, we sort of, it was actually written after the rest was shot, which is kind of funny.
Yes, because we needed to justify everything. Which is,
There's me and my short hair.
yeah. Which worked out perfectly, really.
Yeah, good visual change.
Yeah. And this is Reed, oh, there's Brent again.
Yeah.
Reed
You-
McKay
You
all
actually,
know him.
oh sorry, you could actually see that the glass had already had water poured into it a couple times.
You mean gin.
Gin, right,
Gin.
gin.
It's gin.
If you look closely.
Yeah.
Oh, those glasses, those are great.
I really like that pull-out shot right there. What book is he doing? A short story book, right?
Yes.
Alright.
Mr. Long.
And we had such a hard time getting Reed to choose an accent.
It actually changes quite a few
I
times.
think I'm gonna stay.
Because he had a hard time remembering what it was, too.
Well, given it took us like
That's alright, we got
a year and a half,
You want him to come? That's fine.
A year.
a year.
Yeah, December to November.
Yeah. He started out with the Sean Connery. This
Right.
is this part's one of my favorite
What's
parts
that family movie?
coming up right here.
So
Not this
concerning
part.
El Rizero situation.
Right there. That's one of the beautiful acting job.
You're
Oh, boy.
trying
And
next week,
and right here.
Yeah, I'm thinking you should
No,
let him
not
go.
there. I should know this.
Yeah. There's a whole sequence coming up where Laura
Well,
is actually in a closet, and over my shoulder you can see her come out, except unfortunately she came out a little too early the first time.
Yeah.
And
So
there
we had
she
to
is.
cut that out,
So
yeah.
she got cut out.
you know what? I'm a man of guns. So you take your
I'm a man of guns.
Yeah,
We'll go on
Reed
our
come
way.
up with that line?
I think
Just
so.
make
Yeah,
sure
it
that I
sounds
can
like
see
a
it
Reed
in my
line.
life. Real soon.
And this was all actually ad-lib too,
Yeah.
pretty much, eh?
Yeah.
Get out.
Beautiful ad-libbing.
All of you.
And Tree Boy's on the TV.
Yes.
Tree Boy, if you haven't seen Tree Boy, see Tree Boy. It's a great movie.
It's one of the first. I think the Tree Boy appears a couple times in the film.
Yeah. On purpose, of course. Now the dramatic cross-dissolve #1. Or is this a fade to black?
It's a fade to black.
Oh, okay.
Those are quite numerous too.
Yeah.
There's Chad's beautiful titling,
Yeah. I'm a font master.
which took me forever to trace around with blue to make it transparent.
Of course.
So the music here, take 27, Kelly and I. And it only took us about 27 takes to do it.
Hence the name. And the famous green convertible that I wrote into all my scripts just because Ryan has a green convertible.
We originally wanted the convertible to have the top down at all scenes, just for fun, until Ryan told us that if we put it down, it wouldn't go back up.
Unfortunately.
Shooting the sequence on the highway, I actually missed him the first time he drove past me. It took me the second try. We were on walkie-talkies, and I was, after about 5 minutes sitting there with the camera, I'm like, "Where are you?" And he's like, "I've already gone by you." It was kind of funny.
I wasn't here for any of this. This is a second unit, if you will.
What's happening?
And that cut
I was just checking through the
thingy
CIA backstory.
didn't work out the way we wanted it to.
Very
It's still nice.
Like what?
like about
Sped up
Elvis
just a
there.
tad. But it works because, you know, the whole fast film comedy,
That's
it's a
right.
comedy.
What about him?
It says
Now,
No.
this part too, we lost
He
part of our
tries
shots,
to blow up the
didn't we?
freaking world and he's
So we
later on
had to piece together the
good
conversation.
behavior?
there is no justice.
He's
Yeah.
reading
you're
this.
Oh wait, here it comes. You can see.
Only
He's gonna throw the script.
There
it
it
goes.
is. That was the script.
Keep me posted.
At this point, he slams on the accelerator right after it cuts to black. I fly into his front seat, and then he slams on the brake, and I meet the windshield.
Yeah, Patrick said he'd be here by 8.
Brent with long hair
Quarter
again.
Yes.
Or should I say Mr. Meows?
You'll be here.
More ad-libbing because I don't write any lines for my characters.
We've gotten this far, haven't we?
It was actually summertime when we shot this.
Yeah, this was summer.
And there was mosquitoes, like an insane amount of mosquitoes. And you'll actually see Reed swatting his flies a few times. But I actually really liked the way this scene was lit and everything. I don't know, it had something nice about just the headlights.
They're actual, real headlights
Yeah, we don't have any lights.
of my dead van that we had to push onto the driveway to do it.
Yeah.
There's Kelly as the delivery person.
First appearance of Kelly. I like this part. I enjoyed doing it because I am El Wizero.
Reed makes comment of right on time, even though we had just previously said that he was 15 minutes late.
But that's because he's number one and he likes his boss. This is great
Get down
because of wearing the bandages. I loved it. This part's very dramatic. The tape on the suitcase, I love.
6 freaking months in these stupid bandages.
And who is he? Who is he? Who is he?
Oh!
Cut.
That's what you get. That's what we call art. And can you? No, you can't see his
We had to
face.
darken this one just a tad in post to make
Yeah.
it so you couldn't see it, but it worked
Yeah.
out quite well.
And I love the music, by the way. Boom, 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 boom. There's something on the back of it.
I just noticed that. Yeah, I'd never seen that before.
You can tell that was in my closet
Yeah.
for a long period of time.
After we shot this, we actually left the jacket in my garage, and it was found, like, I don't know,
Lights.
4 months later when we went looking for it again.
What's with no lights? Why are you so mellow freaking
I always think the shadow on the
dramatic,
garage
people?
door reminds me of an exercise bike.
It does.
Thought it was a good idea. Yeah.
Oh,
Let's get the hell out of here.
could have used a little bit more coverage. People were
Where's the car?
impatient, I think. Ah, yes. The printer, which is in the basement,
Yes, it is.
and the picture of Laura I had to use because she refused to do any pictures for me. Refused.
You'll find the descriptions of what it says on the papers in the bonus features.
Yes, if you can find them.
All the info on
Unless we're not
Elvis
hiding it.
I don't know.
Okay. And here's my second roll.
That guy is Mr. Meow.
You'll notice on Chad's
He's been
door,
with
we'll get to this a little
Elvis
later, but
for
above the,
about a year
or
now.
below the
He's a
radioactive
master
poster, there's a white thing that's sort of reflective. It says Chad's room, but I'll touch on that in a little bit.
Cleopatra.
Now,
She's a commander.
I want you people to count. Pay close attention to my sideburns throughout this entire
Before she
movie.
went crazy.
There's Tree Boy right above
Yeah.
Chad's head.
Oh yeah,
Stormed
right there. I see it.
Guerrilla camp by herself.
And this part too, I think I had a
She's,
script right.
Elvis
Just you can see the corner of it
Yeah.
in between the papers, because I didn't know my lines.
This guy right
and
here?
I wrote it.
is number 1.
And even though we had the script, this isn't what was on the script.
No, not at all.
He's been at Wizero's
You can
side.
tell because I'm hesitating.
Probably his most trusted right-hand man.
Do we have any pictures of him or El Wizero without a mask?
Unfortunately, no.
Our intel can't find anything, not even childhood photos.
From what
either of them.
Intel can tell.
Story goes, El Wizero burned his face 2 days before getting into prison and had to wear bandages his entire sentence.
I don't
They say crime doesn't pay.
think we're even using the same audio track. Oh. Fade to
No,
black.
yeah, we messed around with that quite
Ah,
a bit.
here's some tier for you all. This part I like too. The running joke of all my characters' alcoholism.
Yes.
And the cork, which is obviously already already open.
Again, this was mainly improv when the instruction was read, fill some glasses with wine, and walk out from around the bar.
Yeah,
And he managed to stretch it out for numerous minutes.
which is fine. I think it works.
Yes, very.
It works with his character, number one.
The wine that consists of water and red food coloring.
Yeah.
Kind of like the weed killer in Tree Boy with the blue food coloring, although the toothpick didn't come out of the bottle this time.
Thankfully, not that you can tell.
No.
It's a blush wine in a red wine bottle. I think that's a red wine bottle, if that's even a wine bottle. Someone's perturbed.
Yeah. Christmas decorations up, you can tell.
Oh yeah,
Weezero's pretty festive.
very festive with his masks. I like the masks.
That's an interesting guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the set dressers did a really good job.
Yeah, very.
I just missed me drinking the bottle. I think we could have used a little less headroom here, but
Yeah.
oh well.
It is good to be back, Mr. Meows.
And I like that I'm reading my own mind because Mr. Meows isn't in the room yet.
To shoot the part with Mr. Meow's in, we actually moved the entire couch up. Not that you can even see that Weezero's sitting on it, but
Yeah.
Of course, sir, I just await on your word.
first line of mine.
No, that's not true. You were in the first scene.
That was shot after though.
Oh, right. Right.
Black vodka to the right.
Black vodka.
That's the difference between my basement and Weezero basement is the dartboard.
Yes. It is. It was really cold that day. Today too, actually. It was really cold out.
This was the interesting day where Chad was hammering after I told him on the outside of the building at Harborview, which is where we are, and the caretaker came to see who was hammering on the building,
And I had to hide the hammer.
and he had no idea that we were even involved.
Yeah.
Oh, we could jump from Harborview to Chad's basement.
You mean the security office at
Yeah,
Harvard?
right.
Cross dissolve.
You can actually pick up the noise on the video from it being so cold. My camera didn't like it.
This is a different day too.
Yeah, this is in my garage.
Well, it cuts together very nicely. I really like the color and the feeling of this shot. Really means a lot to me.
Reed's dragging a wire behind him. That's not really clear, but it's to
Yeah.
hack into the pass card.
And these are all real $50 bills
Definitely.
that our security guards are using to play war. They're playing war, by the way.
For $50.
Yeah. So Reed is carrying a
Sort of a magnetic key card
Yeah.
with a wire running out of it.
yeah. That went really fast, but
Yeah.
not on purpose.
We had a slower version, but I had a problem with file names, and I couldn't find it once we were outside.
Camera override is complete. You can proceed, number one.
So
Over.
what happened there is we overrode the cameras, and that's what that little magnetic card was for. Just so if anyone
No,
didn't know.
the magnetic card comes in later.
Right.
I just overrode the cameras by hacking them.
This is a circing process
Yeah.
because Brent's the best speller in the world.
Obviously.
However, we justified it.
Circing process.
The
is
circing
complete.
process.
Over.
The lights on the card reader actually changed color, although
You couldn't tell.
you couldn't tell.
And this isn't an emergency exit anymore. Oh no. That's a beautiful piece of set. If you can't tell, that means the door's ajar, but on the monitor it's not ajar. Alright? I like this.
The fan noise, whenever we're in Harborview, was added in later. Didn't actually make that noise, but it gives it sort of a industrial type sound.
Yes, to a community club type location. And Brent really did a good job on making it look like that screen was actually on there. You can kind of tell, but
This took me forever because I had to frame by frame make transparency so her hand could go on top. You can see sort of a flicker around her fingers because I couldn't really tell where her fingers would be at each frame.
Yeah.
And when her body comes across as well.
And of course, because she wasn't concerned at all when she walked out of the room,
No.
she's carrying her gun.
Which you can't see, which is a good thing.
Oh, and she's dead. Oh, Kathy. And of course, the other security guard.
Has just wandered off to pick up coffee or something.
That's right. So that's why they're in the office. Okay, folks? Jen?
Number one.
Ring of keys.
2 rings of keys.
Again, something shot many months later in my basement.
Yeah.
This scene has the most different locations in it.
Yeah.
But anyways, the premise is that Mr. Meowza stayed behind to sort of keep watch, and number one's gone in to get the blueprints.
Yeah. For Elvizero's master plan.
On the door of the cabinet, it actually says "Top secret key available" in front desk.
Yeah.
But you never actually see that.
Unfortunately. Did we even get a shot?
Meows.
I'm not sure.
Yes?
Got the blueprints.
Excellent. Watch out. Security's on its way.
And security came quickly.
Yes.
Frank, you don't have authorization to be here.
Authorize this.
The only person to die on camera the entire
Yeah.
film.
My sister. Who shows up a few more times. Here is an episode of Dawson's Creek if I've seen one. Just listen to the music. Just listen for a second. This is Dave Reeves, our good friend and fellow Mohawkie.
Does he have a mohawk now?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I saw him the other day.
There actually was underwear on the floor.
Yeah.
Although that took some prying to get someone to donate it.
This is my parents' room, by the way. When they saw it.
Yeah.
This is like the first scene my dad actually saw.
If you look at all the picture frames, other than the one of Chad's family,
Yeah.
that's front and center there.
Yeah, you can notice. I'm pointing at the screen right now, but you can notice in the background the girls everywhere. We cut magazine pictures out.
Yes. There's also many guns planted. I don't know if you actually see any of them, but there's guns planted around the room.
Fine.
Strategic place of blankets.
Yeah. It's a good shot.
Hang on.
And I tried to put some B-plot in here, but it really never went anywhere.
What? You have a phone call. Take a message.
In the background, you can hear the TV.
A
Yeah, the TV, because my parents wouldn't turn it down that day.
message.
You think they'd help out a big, promising director.
Phone call. I don't think you understand.
More improv
Take a
lines.
message. Can't you see I have a girl in the other room? Is that the
See,
girl?
This
check
is-
out
Oh.
right above Chad's shoulder is where I blocked out the thing that says Chad's room.
And I was just about to mention, here's the B-plot.
Oh, yes.
Don't
Yeah.
have anymore.
The jealousy between Tech and Trey that never is fulfilled, really. Or solved. Or addressed.
You have a phone call, and it's very important. I suggest you take it. Take a message. Okay.
I love
And I'll
how
tell him
they have this
that
big
you need to
argument
finish
about
with
the
the
phone
girl.
call,
Wizero
but then
has
he
important
just ends up taking it in his room anyway.
In the background, you can see Mr. Lunk's house.
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah, you can, can't you? That's funny.
Patch to my room.
And that... It took us a few times to do this because I
Yes.
was talking on the other end and he didn't realize it. There's more girls.
Yes, I was just going to point that out.
And there's Nikki, who's naked.
Because you couldn't see
Nothing.
anything. She also gets dressed very quickly.
Very quickly.
Oh, look at that passionate kiss.
Yeah. She was obviously into it. While Shannon sat in the doorway glaring, I'm sure. I don't think I was in the room for this part.
Valiant never really explained to her why it was done.
Yeah. But it was obviously because of the phone call. Because he's a businessman. Looked at the camera.
So what was the Valiant's house in Chad's house, his room and his parents' room, has now become the exterior of my house.
Yes.
What's up, man?
This was
problem. And probably the best sideburns of the shot.
leave?
shot in the evening, yet we tried to light it to sort of make it morning
Apparently
because
local cops want to take 100%.
it sort of continues in the morning, which sort of worked.
Yeah. You or CSIS near it.
But I'm the valiant one. They have to let me in.
No, they don't. Doesn't mean anything to them, man. Honestly.
I think we improv
The
this one
higher
too.
ups don't want
Yeah.
you to make a scene.
Or a good chunk of it
That
anyways.
means no sneaking in.
Most of it was
Cops
scripted,
aren't gonna
yet
let you in.
how
Yeah,
much
you can't.
of the script was
Go in.
followed is debatable.
A la the mighty wind.
Luckily, we have a
Right,
connection.
right.
Right.
It's gonna meet you at the back lane on the
I
right.
also had a lot of trouble with road names
1 hour.
in this movie.
All right, man.
All right.
Ooh. It wasn't a crust dissolve.
No. This is shot during the summer
Yeah.
as well.
During the day,
During the day,
which is why it's
Like-
artificially.
lewd, purpled.
Yeah. It's also a different van. Right now we're shooting through the window of my old van,
The dead van.
which is the dead
Rest
one.
its soul.
Oh. Which is tinted a little bit more than the other one. So when we go inside,
Oh, look, there's my
It-
audio stuff.
oh yes,
Oh yes.
some high-tech listening gear.
I think you cropped this out a little too, so you can see the trees.
Yeah, I cropped a lot out actually. The contrast is actually amazing the way it turned out playing with the settings to try and make it look dark.
And I'm sitting.
Contact.
I'm actually in there right now, hiding in
In
behind
back
that
alley
seat,
on White Wave Road.
yelling out those lines.
She is using the same phone that Tech just checked the time on a couple seconds later, which is kind of funny,
Well, it's a popular model. I see it all the time.
especially with the lack of the antenna.
Yeah. Well, that happens a lot. Don't worry. Ah, yes. Back. Nelby's Arrow's lair.
Number 1.
Now this whole
It is
part
time
of
to plan.
Wizero talking was a different audio
Everything
take that
else
we've
begins
superimposed, or not superimposed, but put in.
Sir.
Yeah. It looks good still.
Yeah.
And this we expected to take a really long time, and we actually had this whole like read skit thing going, but he hit it on the first shot, which is kind of disappointing.
The shadow of the tripod just whipped by the van, if you saw it when it pulled in.
This is also one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, that dive, was supposed to be spectacular and felt spectacular, especially the next day when I had bruised forearms, yet didn't really show so great in the end.
Yeah. We could have used padding or something.
Yeah.
but oh well. And the blow dart. This is the best part.
I often wonder what some of the people thought when we were just sort of pulled into the back lane and started throwing stuff around. And
Yeah. Oh. Dart cam.
dart cam, no other reason in the scene other than to use dart cam.
Yeah.
There's my sister, who we just decided to get hit by the dart sort of to show that it had some sort of poison on it.
Kelly's actually, this is her second appearance, she's actually on her knees right now.
Yeah.
And oblivious to the man beside her, 'cause she has no peripheral vision.
We built sort of a scaffolding out of 2 ladders and some 2x4s,
Yeah.
which was a great idea until I tried to shimmy my way along it, which it became a little bit more difficult.
You'll see some of that stuff in the blooper reel, actually. I'll put that in when you were
Yes.
having problems. And,
So the contact, or the connection, has just been knocked out by the grappling hook, which slipped off whatever it was on,
the roof.
in case you missed that.
Yeah, because we were talking about other things. And this is not Tech Valiant.
No, not at all. You can see he put on gloves, to not have his fingerprints on,
Yeah.
presumably when they dumped the body.
Right.
This again is Chad's old van.
Yes. We're now both part of the minivan white van mafia. And here is stunning.
So the first door was loading the connection into the van. The second door here is him getting in.
Yeah.
And I'm standing by that.
Me too. There she is. Cunning Vixen. Here comes Ryan again. I mean Trey. The one disadvantage we had shooting this was none of us actually read the script when we were acting. Except maybe Brent, did you?
Yeah, I did. There's a camera shadow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised my head isn't in there. Look in the background is both the Wizero van and Shannon's first great wink with the wrong eye, which is kind of funny.
So now that we're safe, what do you have for me?
Well, I have.
Another problem we had is Shannon's a really quiet person, so a lot of her audio is really quiet and had to be boosted a ton. And
Not to mention, if you can hear in the background the revving, that's some guy just running up and down the street with his like giant truck.
Let's roll.
Yeah.
This is the actual motor sound.
He shifts through all those gears. At that rate, he's got about 14 more to go before he reaches top speed.
Who's this?
This is.
He doesn't even bother to ask her name.
No, of course not.
Just concerned with her package, that's it.
Don't want the sexual innuendo in the movie. And what's this?
Crime scene details.
Just what we needed.
Let's take a look.
Ah, look at those. And you're gonna notice my voice is a little different here. Just right about.
Is that who I think it is?
Only because when I originally said the line, I said it so horribly that I refused to let Brent use it.
The whole sequence is
It's just so
awfully
bad.
fake.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da.
Dun dun dun. My room's still a mess too. You can
So tech.
and if you look, all the jackets just go away.
Shannon just read the script, that's why
Yeah.
she looked over.
Yeah. I think I'm reading the script right now too.
I'm not in a shadow. We're a team.
Sure, you see that now.
Notice how the monitor comes up differently? It's because the crime scene photos were actually shot on my monitor. Both black monitors, refresh rate's a little bit different.
All right, I forgot about that. I'm downloading Weezer songs right now. Actually,
Sure.
at that point,
This thank you speech
I just did the camera too.
This calls for a
Now.
celebration. Are you
That's
sir?
another ongoing I'm an alcoholic joke. Just watch the bottom of the screen.
As soon as we can.
Is that a Mickey of Captain Morgan?
Yes, it is. Going straight into the wine.
Without the lid being removed, of course.
Of course.
Drink to that.
I don't think many people notice that, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, why not? It's funny. The lid. Oh yeah, the lid. That's because I covered it on
Yeah.
purpose. And now another step into the hallway.
Oh, check out the door. Frame by frame, removed sign. It's a little bit flickery.
What can you do?
Be careful with that one, Trey.
Trey.
Oh, I will.
No.
Did we speed this one up?
It's just that.
None
of our predictions have ever
not sure.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay.
I can tell.
Yeah, it looks that way.
I have a feeling.
Anyway, Shannon just pulled the disc out of her shirt, which is the first of sort of a running joke again.
Yeah,
Spell.
because why not pull something under your shirt as much as
All the
possible, right?
charm and nowhere to go.
Oh, this was more B
Except
plot,
for
by
the
the way.
bit.
Yes.
Care to join me?
Okay.
Here, watch for it. Oh,
Oh.
there we go.
If we
Wink
could-
from the wrong eye again. Right now we're looking down on Tech because he's just
Not in a
It
shadow.
feels.
he's at his lowest
Yeah.
point.
This is probably one of our most emotional shots right here.
yeah.
Yeah.
He just happens to notice. Oh,
look.
there's something else in here.
Dun dun dun. What could it be?
What's this?
And seeing how he bent over to eject the disc in the first place, he somehow puts the second disc in. There's the
Arrows.
Eloise Lair.
Arrow Lair, actual, almost accurate floor plan of Kelly's house. Of course, I was going by memory, so.
Cute in the shadows of such a macho
The flashbacks.
Yes.
We like the flashbacks.
This time, Tech dies.
Tree Boy up and by the monitor again.
And the gun planted. Now he's coming down a long hallway, and not, and I'm.
Yeah. Chad's missing his sweater at that point. Tech or Trey also has some sort of fascination with the same song as the
Yeah.
second occurrence.
Yeah.
This took a lot of persuasion to get Jen to agree to let Chad drive her car.
There she is, right there, Jen. She didn't trust me. She thought I'd drive away. I don't know why, because I've never done it before.
Yeah, I have, but you haven't.
I think I have too, actually.
Oh, okay. Still, she should have trusted us.
Yes, that's right. We have a camera.
Snow sort of fluctuates throughout the whole thing, but it sort
it's
of
a winter
works.
film.
This was again one of the first things we've shot, so
Yeah.
there wasn't so much snow on the ground.
Because we're still gung-ho.
and it didn't involve our reluctant actors.
Yeah. Now, listen to that great, what's it called? ADR? Not ADR.
Foley.
Foley. That's
Yeah,
right.
it's,
Great
yeah.
Foley, which is actually just Brent walking.
Yes.
With the camera. This is my favorite shot of the entire movie.
This whole sequence may remind you of another movie. Creeping around the house to see what's in the garage. This is just a little bit more extended version at day and without me raping Kelly.
Yes. And this, there's a guard, unsuspecting. Unsuspecting.
That was known as the dolly shot here.
Yes.
Of course, we don't have a dolly, and so you can hear my feet. The first of two shocked looks. Now, Chad, how did they make you look shocked in that one?
Well, let me tell you, there was a shirt raised. I was flashed.
At this
Are we
point,
gonna tell them
sorry,
what we're saying there?
we'll do that at somewhere else.
right.
Maybe we'll hide that. At this point, the audience is going, huh?
That's right, because now the connection, her soul's being stolen by this druid type witch.
Which is explained later, but
Yeah. But for now, you're just like, what?
look at those wonderful cross dissolves.
Yeah, these are cross dissolves.
If you look really carefully, there's a single frame of a skeleton.
Yeah, you look really carefully.
Although I tried bumping up to 2 frames and it looked really bad, so I had to drop it back down to 1.
Now here's my another favorite part of mine, where I'm gonna attack this guard here, but instead of using the gun, throw the stone, and put the
It sort
gun
of
away.
fluked that she turned too, because we were
Yeah.
supposed to let her know when to turn, and
Yeah.
she just gave us up on us letting her know and turned by herself.
Slow-mo.
And Chad actually falls into her, although we cut it close enough that it doesn't look that way.
And now I get to pound.
Look at that aggression on his face.
Oh!
Now the first thing I would have noticed if I was him is that the lights are on now.
Yeah. Of course. Trey wouldn't. Tech wouldn't notice that.
I really wanted to use low-lying fog throughout this whole scene.
had it.
Unfortunately, I didn't have the fog machine yet.
No.
Although it was in Kelly's house at that point.
She just didn't know.
They debated on giving it to me the day we shot that. Kelly's parents probably still have a large yellow pentagram written in sidewalk chalk in their garage.
Probably. Ah, yes. There's another enjoyable clip of this hidden on the DVD somewhere. We went through this little improv shot, like 15 times too.
Boss! Boss, he's up!
With, like, different... Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. With all the different humorous...
Reed had a sort of a tendency to make things either carry his language a little far or carry the idea a little far.
I think I did that one that time, though.
Yeah.
This is great, because I'm talking to myself.
I'm Mr. Tech Valiant. Welcome back to the land
Which we
of the new.
played around with for quite a while to try
What do you
and
want from me?
figure out a way of
Isn't
actually making it
obvious,
Chad until
Mr.
he gave
Tech
up and
Valiant?
Just threw Reed
used
in.
a body double.
Your
Yeah.
partner in
Mr. McKayev again?
Valiant's not
Look, he
gonna
looks
fall
so
for any
alike.
tricks.
Not that you actually see his face in
Quite
this
the
movie.
contrary.
No, you don't.
Which is a first, I think, in
Yeah.
any of our
Hasn't
stuff.
he already? Right about
Oh,
now,
look at that
Tech
flat
Valiant will
flash.
be finishing
That,
running Dixon
wink.
next.
Wink. That's what I was looking
And
for,
what is he
thanks.
going to find? No Tech Valiant doing Tech Valiant work. Then he will see that
So
you
all
are
the
going to
flashbacks
try and
except
stop
Tech's
me
are in
and
are black and
Zero
white.
alone. And he will
Why
be
Tex
running to
isn't?
save the
Because
day,
he's creative and he
leaving
thinks
the
in
girl
color.
all alone
Yes.
in your house, as he'd done
That's exactly
so
what it is.
often before. And he'll
It
come
also happened
here.
right after the fact, so it's still fresh
Kick
in his
your
memories.
ass.
Ah, yes.
No, he won't.
No, he won't.
We are in a different location than we were before.
When we're on
It
Tech,
will be
he
hours
seems
before he can
visually, visibly
Alone
sort of
in your house,
beaten up,
Connie
yet when we
fixes for it
cut
to
back
find
and just
what
see the
I
back of
need
his
to
head, he's
finish
quite
my
solid.
The Crystal Solaria.
that she's going to bring
Yes,
back
the Crystal
to me.
Solaria, which was never really
So
explained.
I
Not at all.
can
No, not
finish
at all, in fact.
My
What it was a magical crystal. Maybe the second one should be about the Crystal Solaria.
weapon.
Maybe find out why the Valiants have it unguarded in their house if it's so powerful.
Mr. Meow,
Ah, yes.
the weapon, please.
Shot at a completely different time.
Completely different.
The weapon has a sort of
You'll see
aura
this
to it, making sounds.
I need 3 things to complete my plan.
If you go into my basement, the weapon is actually still in that
The blueprints.
little footstool type thing.
Not that we encourage you to break into Brent's house and
Not at all.
there's the blueprints.
Look at all those formulas that you can't read, yet I spent hours researching on the
2.
internet.
A human.
It's amazing what you come up with when you type in complex-looking formula. Sorry, go Chad.
No, we're just explaining the human soul.
Yes.
This is because we needed the human soul.
And
The Crystal Solaria
the crystal.
is captures the soul, and so the soul powers the crystal, and the crystal powers the gun, and the blueprints were for the weapon.
Right after we cut away, Shannon put the crystal in her shirt.
Yeah, she did, didn't she? Why didn't we
These
leave that?
3
I don't know.
objects.
Actually, because I think the way it was framed, you couldn't really see it.
Oh.
Zero. A weapon.
Although the crystal doesn't
able
actually hold the soul because the crystal hasn't been stolen since
energy
till after the soul was.
of the sun.
But it steals the soul eventually.
True, that's true.
Imagine a world with no sun.
It'll work.
Complete devastation. Then how will you survive? Curious, isn't it?
Oh, heads up!
Well, look at those glasses. Isn't that
Oh,
authentic?
yeah, that's very authentic right there.
We're lucky it didn't mirror
You
back
see,
at him,
If you
which
can
would have been
harness
pretty
the power
comical.
of the sun, you can control the power of the sun. And I, Mr. Tech Valiant, will create my own.
It took me a long
personal
time to get these lines right too,
paradise
didn't
in
it?
the Northwest
Yes.
A
Territories.
long time.
Unless
I'm horrible with lines.
the governments of the world are willing to part with
I
40
believe there was 7
billion
video
dollars.
chats involved
Something
here.
like that,
Something
yeah.
like that. Yeah, we thought it would just be fun to sort of Tech's point of view. He's a little bit messed up. Oh, there's shocked face number 2.
Yeah.
That was that one you'll see the
In the bloopers.
in the bloopers, the shocked faces. So here, why is Tech or Trey on Tech's computer while he's looking for any clues as to where Tech is?
That's right. That's why he's in the room, because he noticed Tech is gone. Because he cares about him, which wraps up the B plot. I thought that was your phone ringing.
I like the XXX jug up on top of your shelf.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
last show.
He's not here, sir.
And the mysterious figures who give them all their orders.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Right away.
Yeah, you hear both sides of the conversation almost every time, other than
On the phone.
yeah.
This was just fun. The most intense... No, not the most intense battle scene, never mind. Did he throw the guns this time? I know one point he threw the guns.
Yeah, my sister was real impressed when she... Oh, there's the power cords from our lighting. When she saw I was wearing her jacket and being thrown on the ground. That took him numerous times to get right, too.
But
throw.
that looked really good, I think.
Yes.
The whole flippy.
It's sort of that's a second incompetent Weezero henchman. It's sort of a trend.
Yeah. A trend in all movies. Really. Incompetent henchmen.
Ryan shows a lot of worry for his partner as he
Yeah.
struts in and plays with the billiard table for a bit before.
But there's a reason.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Because just for the heck of it.
So is Tech fine? Is Tech saying he's fine in order to impress Valiant? Or was this all a plan, in fact, that Tech wasn't
I know. They said
Um,
something about a master plan.
hurt at all and was just sort of acting to get the info from Weezero?
You may never know.
Valiant.
Unless you ask us directly.
Yeah.
Valiant, I don't have much time.
Oh, and here I screwed up
Valiant,
too.
they have the crystal
Because I
Solaria.
wrote-
Solaria, that's
Forgot to
Right.
say two different
How could they
street
get it?
names.
Yes. Vixen actually says they're on a
Spence?
Garage on
garage on Moberly when Ryan said a garage on Spence, so we had to do a little creative editing to make that work.
Yeah. And this one, that took a long time. So did this, because I kept screwing up the accent. And it was like French and British.
kind of funny, you know, Tech knows all their plans, yet he doesn't bother to explain to Valiant on the car ride over that Vixen's actually behind it. And unless, you know, he does, and
the shirt right there.
Trey, into her shirt, Trey sort of sets him straight and convinces him that Weezero's feeding him a line, which maybe he was.
Yeah.
Because it could have all been a trap to get him there.
Yes, exactly. I didn't hear the snap, but there's a snap.
Well then. Number 1.
And this originally was written, we were going to shoot it when Reed was still in Japan. So we kind of wrote him out of this scene.
Right.
So when he was back.
This final scene actually got rewritten probably 5 to 6 times by the end.
There was a cross dissolve.
She thinks she can underestimate
There's Lindsay again.
University of Manitoba.
No, never. No one.
And you know what I noticed, actually?
Best of me and my
just because we're pointing out all the flaws in this film.
Yes.
I'm wearing a different tie here than I was before.
Speaking of
I was wearing the red tie
Mr.
before.
Meows,
See, that's what I thought I remembered.
no more 1-900 numbers.
Although it stays constant for 95% of this final scene. But we'll get to that later as well.
That white van was meant for Mr. Valiant. But I guess
The white
she
van
will
that
have to do
we never explained how he was going to get into it.
It's ready.
Excellent. Excellent. Cleopatra, begin phase.
There's quite a few phases. I'm not sure if Weezero even knows which phase he's on.
No, I don't think he does.
The weapon actually has a second half, which we spent quite a while making.
And you never see
And
it.
we never see it. Although Chad's dad appreciated it, see it sitting in pieces in his garage forever.
There's the white van, just so you know. And actually, my neighbor was commenting that she saw the lights and wondered what we were doing because we had the
really?
big lights set up.
It was a fairly mild day, but it was very foggy,
Yeah.
which sort of worked to our advantage with the moist air later. So this sort of, was it a trap? Because they were waiting for them.
Yeah.
So it was obvious that Weezero posted his incompetent henchman in order for Trey to get there.
And this is an ode to Tree Boy right here. It's a beautiful ode to Tree Boy. And you'll notice us pose on purpose. Did that on purpose.
Here we go. Is your car dirty?
Except Brent had to lift the garage door.
Also, we filled the back with smoke.
Hoping it would stream out.
Yeah, in retrospect, I wouldn't have done it. Yet it looks sort of like it gives it a sort of a flat background, which looks all right.
Welcome.
You're finished, Weezero.
No, Mr. Valiant. You.
And I screwed this part up really bad because I wouldn't stay in frame. And you know, you could reshoot it, but then again, you're like, nah.
Actually, I don't know if we could have convinced anyone to reshoot
they
it.
wouldn't have. Like, I would have done
I will
it.
be the one
It was a case of when,
in this.
you know, I wasn't behind the camera because I was on camera and trying to explain, and then not really knowing where the camera's aimed, and everything sort of accumulating into one. That
We need a monitor.
Yes.
I learned that the hard way
Crucial
too.
to whom?
I think it's quite ingenious how we shot this, though.
You are the interviewee. I am in control of this whole situation.
And I love how I only have one extra henchman.
If you please.
Oh, again with the dart. And you actually heard that was that actually the dart?
I don't know, it might have been my hand.
No, you fool. That.
Pretty lighthearted with the dart to
Yeah.
sort of flip it over, and
And now
Because they think they're
you
so
will
great.
learn
all the
these
smoke is
steps
cleared.
Yeah.
of my master.
What, is this
We
one of those
posed there too on
timers of
purpose.
yours?
Yeah, yes, it includes the timers, alright?
Laura does a good job of modeling
this
the
timer
weapon
right
here.
Yeah.
This timer right here on my wrist controls how long until I have complete.
Would have been great to be
control
able
of
to
the
pull
sound
out and do
via
some full
my
shots, but seeing how we didn't have two
And this
Chads,
timer
it made it kind of difficult.
band determines when the hood of that car will go off. What?
I actually made a car bomb, so to speak.
Yeah. That
Um,
never made it into.
Yeah, it would have made an You know, if anyone was monitoring our conversation on MSN at the time, it would have been kind of funny when there's I go, Chad, I made the car bomb. Should I bring it over?
We do that a lot. Chad, my toaster oven.
Yeah, I stashed a toaster oven in your backyard.
Toaster oven. Quotation marks.
That cross dissolve was because we were missing a little piece of film that was necessary.
Yeah.
Kick their asses.
This is the most intense fight scene.
Oh,
I've
look
ever
at those martial arts experts. Notice how I run off first, yet
seen. Yeah.
Lindsay runs off first there.
And I'm just standing there in position. I never noticed that before.
We thought this up as we were doing it.
Yeah. Thought it'd just be fun. It actually worked out really well.
Really well.
Martial arts masters.
Tiger Claw Kung Fu. Oh yeah.
Consisting of feverishly punching at your opponent. Shoulder punch. Knocks me out cold. Only because I've been poisoned by the dart.
Yes.
And my sister's great fighting skills.
Ryan's a very vocal fighter, coming from his background in wrestling.
Yeah, he's a professional wrestler. It's actually starting again. Ringmasters.ca.
That dart had
Little plug for
poison
him.
on it that would slow you.
He dove on top of Lindsay right after we cut away.
Didn't get the antidote,
Anecdote.
which happens to be in the
I think that's the
car
right one.
with cunning
Vixen?
Vixen.
So he sort of made that up at the last point.
Yeah, because he actually is holding on to the...
Yeah,
More like
which
me,
isn't clear.
super
No, not at all.
I thought it was clear, but no
Mr.
one else
Brown,
seemed to understand.
I understood it.
Oh, headbutt. That was on the like 4th or 5th take. After Ryan instructed me I shouldn't actually hit him with my head because I could break my neck. But these are these things I don't know.
Take care of this. Hold it. Mr. Val.
Oh, and now there's...
I can't have
This is the potion
everything
to cure
you can't have
Tech Valiant.
anything.
Which instead of holding on to, I...
To precious friend Tech.
Bro! Here he goes.
He's chasing after it.
Here
It
he
says,
goes.
"Oh!
Oh!
Turn on the lights. Click. Oh, there we go.
There we are. And he gets it, tosses it, and I grab it.
Magic. It's also very fast acting potion.
Shit. It's like instant. Like Tylenol.
It's true.
And the snow on my head. I like that shot too, actually.
I do too. I like the
What the
vertical
hell?
movement.
Yeah. And our...
Back to square one, ReZero. You're done.
I still hold all the cards. Trade Valiant.
It was amazing. I had made this techno song sort of one day without thinking about it. It actually fit the action amazingly well.
Yeah.
When there's changes of pace, it changes too. There's the button
And Cunning Vixen.
that Reed pushes right after I tell him not to push it.
Timer, you idiot. You think I'm
Although
gonna
it
let my
worked.
right hand man get blown up?
Extreme close-up.
No. Now, it's either the fate of the world
To
or the fate
super
of your
extreme
life.
close-up.
What's it going to be?
I'll take care of Vixen. You take care of ReZero. With my pleasure.
So apparently Tech no longer believes Wizero that Vixen's behind the whole thing and is willing to save her. Oh, look at that explosion.
That was our whole budget right there.
There's the emergency brake pedal from my van after I broke it off.
And a piece of metal from your basement.
Yep, that was a printer. The driveway's on fire right now.
Yeah.
That's the hairspray that's spread.
Yeah. And here's the second part of the machine.
Oh, bring it on, Trade Valiant. Oh, yeah.
Now
Oh,
this,
look at you.
no
Oh,
one's
yeah.
ever seen
Think you're so crazy.
until the DVD.
For the extended version.
Get you.
Because at our test screening / premiere, which turned into a test screening, people sort of got lost and didn't understand the what's the word?
What?
Not melodramatic,
Just
anticlimactic
Yeah.
ending. Thank you.
I need some backup.
And so we added this in. Wizero isn't wearing a tie.
But that's because he's ready to fight.
This is all sort of a departure from the rest of the film. This is now shot open frame as opposed to closed frame.
Oh, Cleopatra.
None of them were there.
At one point I was playing the camera, Mr. Meows, and tossing the bat at one time, which was interesting.
And this this justifies the mask that no one ever really noticed.
I change my moods like I change my masks often and without warning.
Trade valiant. So long.
And the explosion. The rest of our budget.
Yeah, when fog machines say caution hot near the output nozzle, they're actually telling the truth, as
they
Chad
really
sort
do
of
get hot.
had a little bit of a burn on his head after that. There's the door, Weezero ran out. Oh, I love the fog.
We did our best, man.
So, is Vixen dead?
Next time will be different.
We may never know.
Next time, we're gonna live
Unless we wait 30 seconds.
Valiant justice.
The smoke really makes it authentic.
Yeah. There's a mask that I tossed conveniently on top of there.
That's the other half of the weapon,
Yeah.
actually.
And what you picked up just now, you didn't see it at all, but it's a cell phone. That was supposed to indicate that she could still be a bad guy.
In fact, there's an entire deleted scene that took place after this,
Yeah.
which sort of led even more.
That's right. Cheers.
After shooting this, because of the combination of the fog and the amount of smoke we had pumped out of the garage, you could actually look down the block and it was sort of hazy all over. Now, a lot of that was fog, but a lot of it was our smoke too.
Yeah. It smoked up the place really good.
Kind of funny.
Real good.
So, is it over? Or
Oh.
did we just fast forward to a future time?
We'll soon find out.
This is in Hecla Island.
Normally, the commentaries end, but we're just gonna keep going.
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah, we're gonna be rebels.
This was probably the most fun
Yeah,
we've had.
it's quite enjoyable.
like to introduce
The speakers were all frame by frame animated,
in cooperation
taking
with
pictures in Photoshop and inserting them in, which is kind of fun.
Valiant soundtrack, the year
This music video.
2003. Mr.
You can talk
Meows.
about it. You know more about it. I'm just gonna start.
Well, I decided I wanted to write a rap song and wrote the music and then wrote the words, 90% of the words anyways, to match it. And recorded one version, but because of the excessive profanity, which we obviously recorded with it all in,
Yeah.
I didn't really want to be rapping into the mic at high volumes when everyone was home in my house, so I headed over to Chad's one day when he was alone, and we did the whole song in his basement.
Actually, we did it in my
Or in
living room.
his living room, sorry.
Yeah, when I had the living room set up.
Don't
Yeah.
underestimate his men.
All the censored part in this video basically represents about 20 hours of work on my part, because every frame had to be, the part censored out had to be individually painted.
And I give you credit for that.
I'm sure there was an easier way of doing it, however, I don't know.
We're looking at each other right now. You
Yes.
can't see that. Sorry about the pain. Dave Reeves,
Till the job is
DJ B Dog, Mr. Meows, now
me
Weezero.
and my homies steal the sun. Just won't
It's a good video.
quit
My dad liked it.
till the job is
What's that say?
done.
Presenting film is a work of fiction.
Yeah.
Okay.
The lights, that's the light with the rings on the pool table right now is worth $900, and the other one is worth about $600. I just happened to have them in my house because Triathlon I had rented them for a Triathlon social the day before, so I made Chad come over and shoot that just to take advantage of the expensive lights.
Yeah. It's so worth it. It's so awesome.
We also used a bunch of smoke in my basement, and I got in trouble for filling the house with smoke after that.
You ain't got no chance. Everybody's gonna fry.
Sam's
The
purple
sun is
shirt.
mine now. You better
Rest
pucker
its
up.
soul.
The smoke was needed. That's a great effect with it in
Yeah.
front of the.
Yeah. I got 2 bills, yo.
That's
Now
real
those
money.
are real 20s.
Those are real.
Yeah, rocking the mic while sipping on a beer. This is in my hood, but I ain't got no fear.
Fear.
Bend over, let 'em push the
Rear.
to my left and to my right.
Right.
Gonna all if it takes all night.
The
Meows
robot.
in your hood, laying down a fresh beat. We're gonna
It's
lift
a
you
great,
up, gonna knock you off
great
your feet.
video.
Me and my homies.
Now you'll notice that both
steal them.
Weezero and Meows are carrying bottles of alcohol and driving. Now that does not mean they're consuming the alcohol, as we've done our research and found out that alcohol in rap videos is only to throw on half-naked girls.
That's right, and we had none.
Yeah, so we just carried around the bottle.
She was working. That's funny.
Oh, I love that light. It's a Martin Acrobat.
Oh, and
the escalator avalanche, but it's a loaded avalanche that I just happened to have for the weekend, so I decided to shoot a little sequence with it.
Of course, it's the end of the track, and there's no turning back. Coming to you live. What?
We had to shoot this at Hecla because I was getting my hair cut 2 days after I was out there, and Chad was staying all week, and we had run out of time, and Mr. Meows has long hair. Yes. It wouldn't work if I had that hair.
No, people would be very, very confused. Why is the lawyer shooting a rap video?
Exactly. And as it worked, at first I was sort of worried about the setting, but it worked quite well.
Yeah. We never did use those walking down the...
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
I must have forgotten about them. That's the first time I've remembered.
All right. Well, goodbye.
Yep. See you later.
Enjoy.